What's up, core reporters, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys saw in this, well, last week's episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, Amber Portwood's fiance, Gary Waite, proposed to her on that fateful couch in front of her co-stars, Macy Bookout and Caitlin Lowell. And ever since this shocking moment happened, Amber and Gary have since parted ways, with him full-blown ghosting her and leading her on a nationwide manhunt for him. And just a couple months after that, word came out through Teen Mom fans on Instagram that Gary actually has moved on to a new woman relatively quickly, because he's actually also already engaged to this woman, apparently. Like, it's the whole thing. And now Us Magazine has gotten an exclusive statement from someone in Amber's camp, who's probably Amber herself, talking about her reaction to the news. Here it goes, you guys. She's still reeling from the whirlwind experience, a source exclusively told Us. As long as Gary realizes that he will always be Amber's ex, best of luck. So I kind of was like, is this giving Angela Dean, where like they feel like they own somebody or something like that? But upon rereading this quote, I'm starting to think that Amber's kind of like feeling a little bit full of herself and saying that Gary's life is not going to amount to much more than being known as Amber Portwood's ex. Let me know which direction you think she was going with this kind of a quote. I think it's more so the latter, which to me is a little bit like presumptuous, because Amber Portwood is not all that, even in the teen mom world. But outside of the teen mom world, no one really knows Amber Portwood. For her to be making these sorts of comments, it's giving narcissistic, it's giving delusional, if you ask me. Now, when it comes to what she had to say about his new alleged engagement, the source continued on to say, and I quote, "The previous engagement to Amber is just airing on the show, so it seems really, really quick." Listen, that I will 100% agree with. It is nuts to go from, one engagement to the next one within a span of just a couple of months. Like, this man was missing and engaged to Amber like 3, maximum 4 months ago. So to hear that he now has found a new woman and is engaged to her, it is giving cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? But that's not surprising, because there's really no other type of person that would be interested in Amber Portwood, unfortunately, given that she too is a little bit on the cuckoo for Cocoa Puff side, right? And she's got a reputation that precedes herself, a criminal history that is just absolutely shocking against her former partners, and allegedly against her children as well, right? So, oof, Lord, it seems like she's down bad over the situation, but hopefully it teaches her, like, hey, these men will always come and go. The only constant that you really have in your life are your kids, like the daughter you abandoned and the son you abandoned. So maybe it's time to start looking to them and repairing those relationships, more so than trying to get with every guy and trying to just worry about your relationships and toss your children to the wayside. I just want to put up this picture from last week's episode when Leah finished meeting Amber's latest boyfriend, Gary, right? She said, well, listen, he was nice, but we've just got to see how long it lasts, though, which was just such an iconic bar, considering what we know now, right? Which is that, per usual in Amber's world, it did not end up lasting. Now, I don't know if you watched my recap. Definitely make sure to check it out if you haven't already. But in that episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, Amber let it be known that she had been in a relationship with this man for about 7 months. Those are the same 7 months that it's been since she had any kind of real interaction with her daughter. And this goes back to the the Matt Bayer era, right? Which is that when she was met with Matt Bayer, same thing. She stopped talking to her daughter. Every time a new man comes around, Amber has to go ahead and ghost this girl, which is what really pissed me off in the recap when it came to Caitlin and Macy meddling there and trying to push and force Amber onto her daughter, who very clearly was anxious and uncomfortable around her and not happy to be put in that situation, right? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat, okay? That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.